Right, so Peter Jackson is working with an American company, Colossal Biosciences, on all of this, and Ben Lamm is the chief executive and co-founder of Colossal Biosciences and joins us from New York. Ben, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks so much for having me.
Whose mad, harebrained idea was this, Ben?
So Colossal is the world's first de-extinction and species preservation company, right? So we're working on a handful of species like the mammoth, the thylacine, and dodo, and others. And Peter reached out to us. We got connected to Peter Jackson, and he was very disappointed that we weren't working on the MOA. And 2 years ago, he said he would invest in the business, but with only under the desire for us to work on the MOA. Started as our second avian genomics project after the dodo, and obviously with support from the Ngāi Research Center and others in New Zealand. So I would say it's probably a combination of ours for starting Colossal and Peter's for getting excited about the MOA as a potential species.
We've talked to one of your chief science advisors about the science of it, how that will work. Who will own the MOA?
So the Ngāi and the Ngāi Research Center will own the South Island giant MOA, right? And so, when we work globally with conservationists, ecologists, and indigenous people groups on all of our projects, it's been really, really great. But what we've never done is enter into an MOU with a partner like we have with the Ngāi Research Center. And so we almost look at them as like our board of directors around how we can do each phase of the project and, really look for their guidance in every single step to ensure that we're doing it the way that they want, including the long-term reintroduction into the South Island.
And Ben, obviously all of this is being filmed for a documentary that Peter Jackson will be releasing. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Peter, if you ask him, he'll tell you that that his day job is movies, right, and that whole world, right, and this is his hobby. But he'll also say that this goes beyond a hobby because he truly loves it. So Peter, may appear in our docuseries that we are filming, but he is not in charge of the docuseries. He's more, just playing, his true self in scenes that we capture on the MOA project. But we are filming kind of all the projects that we're working on at Colossal, and hopefully one day we can share that, with the world, just to get more and more people aware of the biodiversity crisis and excited about science.
What's next? I mean, you've done the dire wolf. You're going to do the MOA. What else? I mean, humans?
So we're working. So we always get three questions, right? It's like, when can we have a dinosaur, which we're not working on? The second question is, what's next, which is this. And then the third question is, what exactly is the timeline for every single species down to the month, which is very, very hard in these types of projects. But we've announced that we're working on the woolly mammoth, the Tasmanian tiger, the dodo, and now the MOA. And then we try to at least once a year to give an update on where we are on every single one of those projects, because our goal isn't just to go work in kind of a black box in a lab and then show up. Our goal is to continually keep the public updated on our progress to each one of these species.
What if these things attack us, go crazy, and take over the country?
So I don't think they're going to do that. From what we understand about the MOA,
they didn't think that in Jurassic Park either.
It's well believed that the MOA are pretty docile, right? And so we're not working on the Haast eagle, right? Like, some people are scared about saber-tooth tigers. I'm worried about the Haast eagle. We're not working on it. Hopefully no one ever works on it, because that thing's like a giant pterodactyl, right? The MOA in the reintroduction process, people get scared about these certain species, but some of the other species, like large herbivores, like mammoths and elephants, are actually also quite dangerous. So you always have to be thoughtful about the process of not just working with animals or bringing back animals or conserving animals. You have to figure out what the integration with humans looks like. And so that's a process that's very slow and stage gated as we go. And so I'm not worried about MOAs running amok. Let's continue to build a stage-gated process and where they can be in secure, expansive ecological preserves, and we can understand how they interact with the ecology of the existing ecosystem and whatnot, and truly study them and make them home here again.
Fascinating stuff, Ben. Looking forward to keeping abreast of the progress. Ben Lamm, who's CEO and co-founder Colossal Biosciences, bringing back the MOA.